So now we are going to study about single circulation. Now, as we have studied about double circulation take place in birds and mammals, let us talk about single circulation and where does it takes place. So single circulation takes place in example is fishes. Now, as I have already told you, fishes have one auricle and one ventricle. Means they have only how many chambers? They have only two chambers in their heart. So the deoxygenated blood from the different body parts, organs, cells and tissues, the deoxygenated blood from the different body parts goes into the auricle, and from the auricle it goes into the ventricle. So auricle pumps the blood to the ventricle, and then ventricle pumps the blood to the gills. Now you know that in the gills exchange of gases takes place. Like we have lungs, fishes have got gills where the deoxygenated blood changes to oxygenated blood, and this oxygenated blood from the gills is pumped directly to the body parts. It does not go to the heart. Heart is not pumping the blood to the body parts. The gills are directly sending the blood to the body parts. Okay, so here the blood is moving only once through the heart. It does not move twice. So this is called as single circulation. Okay, so you can see here the gills are doing exchange of gases and they are directly pumping the blood to the body parts. Okay, you can see on page number 106 of your NCERT. In the last 2-3 lines you can see and underline it. So this is called as single circulation, and we have double circulation because the blood moves two times through the heart, and we have two types of circulation, that is between heart and lungs and between heart and body parts. So this is about single circulation. Now we are going to study the differences between arteries, veins and capillaries. So we are going to study about blood vessels. Now, as I have told you, there are three types of blood vessels are there. Okay, and they are called as arteries, and then we have veins and capillaries. Okay, now simply arteries are those vessels which transfer the blood away from the heart. Okay, so arteries are those blood vessels which transport the blood out of the heart or away from the heart. Okay, so remember that. And veins are those blood vessels which transfer the blood back to the heart. They bring the blood back to the heart. This is the main differentiation between arteries and veins. Arteries pump the blood away from the heart, out of the heart, toward the body parts, and veins bring the blood back to the heart. Okay, so the blood flows back to the heart in the veins and away from the heart in the arteries. And what is the capillaries do, or what are capillaries? Capillaries are basically, now as we know that arteries blood supply many things. Blood supplies oxygen to the different body parts, but arteries or vessels are so thick that the oxygen or anything, waste material, nutrient cannot diffuse through the wall of the arteries or veins. So they have to transport or exchange of substances. For that they need capillaries. So suppose this is an artery entering in a tissue. This is a tissue or organ. So when the artery, this is the artery, when the artery enters a tissue or organ, it divides into numerous one cell thick vessels, one cell thick. The wall is only having one cell, and these one cell thick capillary vessels are called as capillaries, and these capillaries are so thin that exchange of substances can take place easily. So what they do, they help in exchange of substances between blood and organs or cells, tissues, organs. Okay, so the exchange of substances between blood and cells is taking place through the capillaries, and capillaries, after doing the exchange, they all unite. As you can see here, they are all dividing. The artery divides into capillaries, and the capillaries join to form veins. Okay, so capillaries join to form veins. So you can see whenever artery enters a tissue or organ, it divides into minute capillaries. These capillaries do exchange of substances. Now let us discuss more about arteries and veins. Okay, now as I have already told you, artery takes the blood away from the heart, and vein bring the blood towards the heart, away from heart, back to the heart. Okay, now as they carry the blood away from the heart, the ventricle has to push the blood with lot of pressure, lots and lots of pressure. So the artery carry the blood with lot of pressure. So the blood flows under high pressure in the artery. Blood flow under high pressure. But in the veins, as we have already seen, the arteries divide into capillaries, and when the capillaries are formed, the pressure is distributed, so the pressure get decreased in the veins. Okay, so pressure is very less, so blood flow under low pressure. Blood flow under low pressure. Okay, now as we know, if we have a pipeline which is having a lot of pressure, which type of pipeline should we use? Stronger one or the weaker one? Obviously, if the pressure of the water is very high, we will use the stronger pipeline. So like that, artery is also having thick muscles. So artery is having thick and elastic muscles. Okay, why thick? Because the blood flows under high pressure. Why elastic? Because as the pressure becomes high, they can stretch. Okay, so that is why they are elastic. Now what about veins? Veins, the pressure is less, so the muscles are thin, so they have thin walls or thin muscles, thin walls. Now one more thing is there. As the flow of the blood in the veins is there having very less pressure, so how does the blood flow then back to the heart? Because of the body movement. The body movement is responsible for the flow of blood in the veins. Okay, now suppose this is a vein. Okay, now as long as we are moving the body, the blood is flowing upside to the heart. Heart is somewhere here. Okay, so the blood is flowing up towards the heart. Suppose we stop moving. Suppose this is our leg. If we stop moving our leg, what will happen? Due to the gravity, the blood will fall down. Now again, when we move the leg, the blood will start rising again. Now if this happen, what will happen? The blood will never reach the heart. So in the veins, the valves are present. What is there? Valves. valve is present. Now what is this valve is doing? To prevent the backflow of blood. As we have seen in the wherever the valves are there, they prevent the backflow of blood. So veins contain valves are present. So we can simply write valves are present. What they do? They prevent the backflow of blood. So if the valve is there and we stop moving the leg, what will happen? This valve will close and the blood will stop here. Next time we will move the leg, the blood will move from here only. Okay, and then slowly it will reach the heart. Wherever the heart is there on the upper side, the heart will get the blood. So this is why valves are present in the veins, but artery does not have any valves, so valves are absent. Now generally, as the artery take the blood away from the heart, so we know that most of the blood which is pumped by the ventricle is the oxygenated blood. So all the artery carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. So this is also one point of difference. All the arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Okay, and like that all the veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein is the only vein which carrying oxygenated blood, and pulmonary artery is the only artery carrying deoxygenated blood. So these are the differences between arteries and veins. And already I told you about capillaries. Capillaries are one cell thick. Okay, their walls are only made up of one cell. Number one. Number two, they help in exchange of substances between the blood and the different cells. Okay, so these are the differences between arteries, veins, and the characteristics of arteries, veins, and capillaries.